This is Venkatesh Pannam, the co-founder of Edforum. Many students and parents have a question. When there are so many career websites, what is the need for another website? Or in what way Edforum is different from other websites? Edforum is a social platform where it provides all the information related to students' careers. Not only that, through a lot of tools, a student can get the personal information. For example, they can post all the doubts in Edforum, and those questions will be answered by experts in their fields. They can read articles related to their careers, related to their courses, and lot of different articles can be found in these ed blogs. And another important tool is the advice, where they can get lot of information related to different career options. So they can browse all the information here, and they can get a lot of information about various careers. And another important one is Ed Alerts, where we provide all the brief information about various exams, and all the notifications will be posted here on a regular basis. This website is different from most of the career websites. That is, this provides complete information, personalized information to the students based on their interests and based on their chosen career options. So this, whatever the information that they get, is completely personalized. This you will find nowhere. So, and one important point is, all these services are completely free. Dear students, please register in this website, and you just fill all the details in the profile, and then you can download the app from Google Play Store to get all the personalized information related to your career. And lot of discussion will happen through webinars. So in those webinars, students can talk to the speakers, they can ask the questions, and they can clarify all the doubts. So definitely, Edforum is a boon to the students and parents, where you can get answers to all your queries, and definitely this website will help you to take better career decisions. Please register and make use of all the services at Edforum. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Harshita
and I am Ramya.
We are here to state a fact that neither engineering nor MBBS are the only fields left after plus 2. We have a wide range of options to choose from and pursue.
And we are the live examples who have chosen different path other than engineering.
We have completed our undergraduate in BSc Computer Science.
And we are currently pursuing our MBA in IBS Hyderabad.
You must be wondering how we have been so sure about our decisions.
After completing our plus 2, even we were stuck in a dilemma about choosing our decisions. Most of our classmates were so sure in choosing engineering, but we wanted to go into a different path, so we chose BSc.
But Edforum gave us the assurance that taking a BSc is no less, and we can still make an awesome future.
Right now, we are close to fulfilling our dreams, and if we look back, we don't have any regrets with our decisions. All thanks to Edforum, especially Venkatesh sir in Edforum, for guiding us in the right path.
What should I choose after my 10th? They say PCM has more scope than PCB. Shall I go for it?
I like biology a lot. What if I couldn't make it in NEET after 12th? Could I able to face the pressure?
I want to be an IITian or NITian in future and I need good coaching for it. Where do I take my admission in?
Now that my MCET rank is decent enough, so which colleges should I choose for admissions in Vizag?
Do I really want to do engineering or am I just going with the flow? Well, I've always wanted to prepare for civil exams. So what should I do now?
Is CSE really worth all the hype? What about ACE and GPA? Should I do much research about it or stick to CSE? What if I don't get a job after taking up other branches? Questions like these have been haunting us for the past 2 years now. We never had a clarity as to what to choose or where to go. There always has been a doubt lurking in the corner of our minds.
But after using a platform like Edforum, we have been able to gain some clarity regarding our decisions and choices. Experienced people in these fields have helped us to be firm with our decisions.
What is Edforum? Edforum is an online platform that clarifies all your doubts regarding your career choices and gives you valuable advice. It has an answer for every question of yours.
Edforum is not only confined to science streams but also other streams like arts, commerce, etc. And since it's an online platform, you can have an access to it anytime.
This platform is run by experienced people like Dr.Challa, who has been a lecturer for 2 years in intermediate. He has given the right guidance in our intermediate. Venkatesh sir's way of approaching the students was unique and fair, and he has always been kind enough in clarifying our doubts.
People like Venkatesh sir are many on Edforum who are willing to help the students. They'll help you to dream big and achieve big. So without any delay, take up your chance and make the right choice.
saving money or buying properties for the children. But that is what I call it as giving assets to the children. That is not your job. The job of parents is to see that the children actually they become the assets of the nation. So if the nation has to prosper, if the nation has to command great respect in the world, only the individuals or the citizens of that nation can contribute. So our aim should be to bring out the best citizens from our homes. If every parent or if the parents always think that I am going to churn out or I am going to give to the nation a disciplined child, a self-respecting child, and a child with patriotism, or a child who loves the nation and loves the society and who is confident in making a society a happy place, that type of atmosphere at home or that type of children are definitely going to make the nation great.
Hi guys, I'm Dr.Challa Abhishek, Soft Skills Trainer cum Linguist, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Andhra University. I welcome you all to this free webinar by Edforum on post-COVID job opportunities in content marketing, new trends. I believe that content is the new oil. Irrespective of your bachelor's and master's, you can venture into content writing and content marketing. Especially due to this lockdown scenario, everything has moved into digital zone. And we have to capitalize by honing our digital marketing skills. So in this free webinar, I'll be teaching you how you can develop your competencies. I'll also be talking about the eligibility criteria and how you can build up your resume. And also what are the different massive open online courses that are offering this. So see you on Sunday, guys. Take care. Jai Hind. Hi, guys.
The most alarming problem today in front of students who want to choose the career in their passionate interest is that they are going all way wrong. Me, aspiring to be a doctor from my childhood, have heard many controversies that PCB is a tough course for an individual to secure a seat. And at some time, I have decided to take MPC so that it makes me easy to secure a seat. But I felt regret about it. At Edgroom, I researched about NEET and I've got much useful information. After the Edgroom webinar of career options after 10th, I learned that nothing here is too tough or too easy. Edgroom made me feel confident of what I'm willing to do. Not only me, but there are many of my friends who are confused to know their careers. I advised them to make research about it in Edgroom and the result was good. So finally, I suggest every student to join Edforum and attend webinars to know more about career options. Thank you.
Hello, hi, this is Venkatesh Panyam, co-founder of Edgroom. In this video, I'm going to explain briefly what is the advantage of registering on this website. First, you have to click the sign up button. There you need to fill up all the details like name, you can select the grade, you have to fill your mobile number, email address, password, you can set your password, all that. Once you register here, after registration, you can go to sign in button. In this sign in, you have to enter your email address, registered email address and your password. Then you just click login button. Once you log in, you will be directed to this My Profile page, where you need to fill up some more details in order to get the personalized experience on this website. All the notifications that you get on your mobile app will be based on this profile. Even if you don't fill these points on this profile, still you can see all the content in the website. And nothing that can stop you. But the advantage of filling the profile is data will be personalized. All the content you can see depends on this profile that you fill. Here you can select the languages in which you want to see the content. You can choose either English or Telugu, or you can choose both. Then you need to type the institute where you are studying, the board, and the class you are in, and the stream you are currently pursuing, and the interested. Based on your stream, here for example, when I click MPC, I got lot of streams. So I got engineering entrance exams. I can choose multiple. I'm interested in engineering, engineering entrance exam. So only. Then based on these interests, you have some career options. So I just want to weather technology, mathematics and computing. You can select a number of areas related to, or I can say aeronautical engineering. So you can select all the career options related to your interest. Then simply update your profile. So now onwards, whatever you see, the content will be based on your interests. Let's see how it affects your advice. In advice, if you look at, since you have chosen MPC, all the results will be based on MPC only. Day means exam, get the notifications, all that will be based on MPC only. Board exams, day advance, MSET, AVPY, all this content is relevant to MPC tree. Suppose in profile, if a student select MPC, let's see how it is going to change. Now I'll select IPC in the place of MPC. Then automatically interests will changes. So now I'm interested in, let's say, medicine. So I need to select some of the branches So I want to do MBBS, or I can select some BSMS. Like that, I can select whatever the career options I want to choose. Just update. Now let's go to the same advice. Now see here, once you enter those IPC, I've entered in profile. So now look at this content I've changed. Here we got optometry, NEET exam. Now every content that you see in AdBytes is based on your personal interests. So when I'm preparing for MPC, I'll get all the content related MPC. When I'm preparing for BIPC, I'll get all the content for BIPC. So in this way, every tool that you're going to witness, the data will be based on your personal interest. So this site completely works on the personalization. If you complete the profile, then you can experience and you can see all the data related to your career. Thank you. Good evening, all. Good evening, Dr. Abhishek.
Good evening, sir.
Thanks for joining and thanks for considering our invitation.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
We are eagerly waiting for your session. Just let me download your PPT. Yeah, a lot of people are watching on YouTube, right? Nowadays, it is easy for them to watch on YouTube instead of joining. So, yeah, before we go to the session, let me share a small PPT. What exactly we do at Edforum and what is Edforum for most of the people. A lot of questions what these guys are doing. Let me share very quickly. I think that Abhishek, you can serve PPT, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Welcome to Ed webinar by Edforum. This is what we want to achieve in life. So we want to educate, empower, and elevate the students. This is our core things that we wanted to develop in the students. What exactly we do? What is exactly Edforum is all about? Edforum is a social platform which provides personalized information to the students, parents to make better decisions. What we provide the career guidance to 8th to undergraduate students. You all know why one should. There is a lot of career platforms available in the market. Why Edforum? That's a question. Let me tell you, this is the platform where it completely works on machine learning and artificial intelligence, where every information is personalized. A student will receive or can see the data only that is related to his career. You will not see anything else. So the complete information at Edforum available is completely based on their personal interest. This is the main advantage of Edforum when compared to other sites. So, who can join Edforum? This is a question important. It is mainly for students because a lot of options available. When I ask most of the students who are studying engineering or who want to become an engineer, when I ask them how many branches of engineering are there, they say maximum 10. But the truth is, there are more than 70 branches of engineering. So why everyone want to take only the 10? Because they don't know the rest of the branches of engineering. So this is the area where we want to fill the gap. We want to provide them all the possible career options available. Now, if you look at this content marketing, 2 years back, people doesn't know what is content marketing. all of a sudden, because of this COVID, the importance of this content marketing has increased. The many people are earning money like anything in content marketing. So anyway, the Abhishek is going to tell you more about that. And what I'm trying to say is there's so many career options. So students should be aware of all those things, and maybe that career may suit you, because it's all the MPC students cannot become engineers. All the BIP students cannot become doctors. It doesn't mean that just by taking MPC you can become an engineer, a better engineer. You may have some extra qualifications or extra qualities that suits to another career. So Edroom is a place where you will see all the career options that are available for intermediate and undergraduate students. Then why parents should join Edroom? Because uh, most of the parents, what happens is, since they don't understand what exactly, what which career suits their kids, they simply joining them in the courses or the careers which they don't like, in which they don't excel. So we want to educate parents also about the availability of different careers, and definitely parents also can benefit from it. And why teachers should join Edcom is a very important thing, because most of the students rely on the advices given by the teachers. So as a teacher, everyone should at least know what are the different career options available, so that they can guide the student in proper way. So students, parents, and teachers who are watching this webinar, please make sure that you are part of this at room. Definitely, your knowledge about the various careers will increase, and you can guide the students in a better way. So we have developed the 4 tools to guide the students. So we call these are ed tools. The first one is ed blog, where we have this content written by the experts. So all the articles written by the experts in their own fields, and definitely these articles are going to help the student to understand more about their career. The second tool that we have developed, we call it Edforum. It's a very interactive place where students can pose the questions, and they also can answer the question, and those questions will be answered by the experts in their field. So it is a very good place where you can post all your questions. Then we have one more tool, we call it as Ed Alerts. This is a place where you have a brief information about every exam. All the complex exams will be posted here. So you can just go there and you can identify what exams are related to your career or your course. So Ed Alerts is a place where you find information regarding the exams. Then we have one more tool called EdBite. Now we say Ed News. This is the best place in EdGroom where we have a lot of content to consume. There are a lot of articles are present in that, and where you can search for your career. Yeah, as of now, what we started this EdGroom in the month of September last year, and where exactly we stand here. See, as of today, we have 1460 registered users on our website, and we got nearly 46,000 visitors to our site so far. And we get an average every week, we get 2,000 users to our website to consume the content. And very interesting is, as of today, we have more than 1,40,000 articles related to various courses, various careers are available on our site. So students and parents, please visit our site and see what exactly we are doing. You'll understand all these things. And we have a YouTube channel where we post all these conducted webinars. So far, we conducted 19 webinars, and we have 525, maybe 524 students are, they're subscribed to our channel, and we got more than 17,000 views for our videos. It's still going and growing. So as the exam time, we are not conducting any webinar next week. We'll start freshly in the month of May again. This is what we believe in. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you will find happiness and no regret. And we always say this. don't follow the follower. Because as long as you follow the follower, you'll end up in some mess. Because your interests are different. What happens nowadays is if one of their family members have succeeded in IIT and everybody wanted to become an IIT, and if one of the family members wanted to, become a doctor, if everybody wanted to become a doctor, so that is not going to work out for all of the people. So we always believe that don't follow the follower, follow your instincts, and choose a career where you have happiness all the time. And this is what we do. To design a career, we always request everyone, please join a group. Remember, it's completely free. You don't need to pay any single rupee for it. All the services we provide, it's a free of cost. All the students, parents, teachers can join, and you all can benefit from all these services. Yeah, thank you so much for our listening to this. Now, let me introduce the speaker of today's session, Dr. Abhishek Challa. He's an amazing guy. You all might have seen the teaser. Uh, he has a lot of achievements, even though I think we can say that maybe the child prodigy, I can say. Abhishek, do you agree with me? So, because you have so much of what called as so many things I've seen a number of times in the paper also. So, you got the doctorate and so many things. I just let me tell you some of the what called as achievements of Dr. Abhishek. Uh, it's my pleasure to invite him and introduce him to this wonderful session today. Yeah. So, Dr. Abhishek Challa Krishnavir, Challa Krishnavir Abhishek, sorry. He completed his PhD from Andhra University. And in addition to that, before he did his PhD in linguistics in the year 2019 from Andhra University. And before that, he completed his MBA in English in 2015. Master of Journalism and Mass Communication, again from Andhra University. And Master of Science in Psychology, PG Diploma in English Language, BA in Special English, Certificate course on Sustainable Engineering 2012 BTS Sweden. So there's so many feathers in a cap, Mr. Abhishek. And his professional experience, let me tell you, he's a soft skills trainer come faculty at Andhra City. He's working from 2016 till date. He is training the students on soft skills and personality development skills, developing soft skills training material and resource module, speaking English made easy, a student's guide, Green Publishing. He published this book called Speaking English Made Easy. And a handbook of soft skills. Again, he published in 2017. And another book called Soft Skills for Health and Professionals. Another book, a complete textbook on soft skills. So you have done so much of work on these soft skills, and that's why you become a very good trainer. And he freelance writer from January 2012 to present. The projects that he completed are Gandhian Communication, Gandhian Studies Center, University, Gandhian Mass Communication, Gandhi's Free Communication Free Press, Emotional Leadership Education, a Gandhian Way, and a lesson writer, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Elements of Print Media and Journalism, Professional Skills for Journalists, New Media and Language, RT and Media, Television and Empowerment of Women, and reviving the endangered tribal Gadaba Violi spoken in the Chintapalli Mandal Vishakhapatnam, Gadaba language and life skills of K. Challa, life without anger, a peace, worldwide inclusive, life without anger, poetry, anthologies, the hidden pulse of rainbow, poetic journalism, an inroad of emotions, and etc. So there's so many qualifications, so much of work, so much of research. We are really privileged to have you, Mr. Abhishek, today's evening.
Thank you so much.
This is the biggest biodata I had ever read in these webinars. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'll share your PPT, Abhishek.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Hi, guys. I'm Dr. Challa Abhishek. I'm currently working as soft skills trainer come linguist at Andhra University. So basically, my PhD is on emotional language teaching. So emotional language teaching is basically connecting with the language. So because I've never studied Telugu in a formal environment. I've never read Telugu in a formal environment. I've actually, my second language was Hindi and my first language was English. But I'm more proficient in Telugu than English. What is the reason? Is because I'm emotionally connected to Telugu. So similarly, why can't we do it with English? We are studying English, we are studying English language, and also we are studying other languages also in English medium from KG to PG. But still we are not fluent in the language. What is the reason for that? The reason is lack of emotional connect. So my PhD actually focuses on how you can develop emotional connect with English language and how you can express your emotions. For example, if you're angry, the language that you would choose to show your anger would definitely be Telugu because you're more comfortable in the language. But let me tell you, once you emotionally connect yourself with the language of English, so definitely, you can express your emotions in English too. And English, as I have to tell you, that English is a very simple language compared to Telugu. We have mastered a very complicated language. Now it's time for us to master the simple language, that is English. And also, we don't know Telugu grammar. Do we know Telugu grammar? No. But still we are very fluent in the language. But we know English grammar. We know the different parts of speech. We know about verbs, adverbs, adjectives, interjections, conjunctions, articles, prepositions, tenses. We know everything, clauses. We know everything, but still we're not able to express in the language. But whereas when it comes to Telugu, we don't know A, B, C, D of grammar, but still we are fluent. So the main idea here is acquisition. So what is acquisition again? So for example, there's a 3-hour lecture. So can you guys sit in a class where the lecturer will lecture you, will give you a lecture or will teach a subject for 3 hours continuously? Can you sit? Not possible. But recently released AAA movie, if I ask you to go to the theater and sit there and listen and watch the movie is like 3 hours 15 minutes. It's a 3 hour 15 minutes movie. You will happily go to the movie and you will watch the movie with utmost attention and focus to every detail. So how are you able to connect with the movie? Because of the audio visual interactive media. You're not able to connect with your lecturer. You're not able to connect with your subject, but you're able to connect with the movie. You're able to connect with the characters of the movie, with the lead actors. You're able to connect with the director. You're able to connect with the screen. So you're asked to sit in a closed environment for 3 hours, 15 minutes you're watching a movie and you're not feeling bored. You're not feeling lazy. You're not feeling uninterested. On the contrary, you're very much into the movie. How is it possible? That is the emotional connect. So similarly, we should have that emotional connect with our subjects, with the language, with our teachers. Then only, let me tell you, you'll be the master. Otherwise, you'll just be the jack of all trades, but master of none. So remember that. So as Sir said, don't follow the crowd. If you follow the crowd, gumpulo govinda aipotar. Don't be that. Don't follow the crowd. No, the line should start from you. You should set an example. You should set an example. This is your time to shine. Let me tell you. కాగితంబునందు కలిగిన అక్షరాలు చదివినంత ధరణి చతురుడగున అక్షరంబు ఎందు అర్థంబు నెరుగుచు చదివినట్టివాడే చతురుడగును. So you have to read between the lines. You have to understand the in-depth meaning. Just don't get the superficial knowledge, get the in-depth meaning. So if you see the CEOs in USA, CEOs of every major company in the US is an Indian. He is an Indian because it's always an Indian because we try to understand the subject in depth. Remember that. Okay. So can you just make the presentation, enlarge the
Yes, yes,
presentation, make it as a slideshow?
yes.
So as sir said, we all choose engineering. Even I did MPC. And after completing MPC, I got an opportunity to do bachelor's in electrical engineering. Then, I went to Sweden. I got an opportunity to do my BS in electrical engineering. Then I understood that in India, we're actually studying the history of technology, but not the application of technology. You go abroad, especially you go to the European countries, you'll understand that you have to study the application of technology. Unfortunately, what is happening is we do a BTech. For example, if you're doing a BTech in electronics and communication engineering, at what year are you studying MATLAB? You're taught MATLAB in the final year for your project. But whereas in European countries, you're taught MATLAB in the first year itself. And from the first year onwards, you're made to do projects. So that is the practical orientation you require as an engineer. So then, when I went to Sweden, when I started pursuing my bachelor's in electrical engineering with emphasis on telecommunications from Bleking Technisk Skola, I understood that engineering is not my cup of tea. Because though I got 90 percentile here in India, I understood that that is not my cup of tea. So then I started searching for my passion. Then I understood that writing is my passion. In Sweden, you study about spring, autumn, right, fall, winter, all these, you'll find every season in Sweden. And it's very beautiful, very peaceful, very calm. And it's the most developed country. It is more developed than the US. So in that silence, I became very sensitive to the environment. I don't know, suddenly I started writing. I started with writing poetry. I started writing poetry on apple because you have a lot of apple trees there. I started writing poetry on flowers, sunflowers, and different other flowers, hibiscus and all. I started writing poetry on the lawns, about the lawns, about the streets, about the people, about my university, about my room, about me. I started writing poetry. It's all because of the environment. It motivated me to write and it instigated, it invoked my inner latent talent of writing. I never knew that I was a writer until I went to Sweden. Because, let me tell you, if you find the right environment and the right place and the right people, you'll definitely find the right career. So with that, let me start with content writing. So this is how my journey into writing began. As of now, you can find all my books on Amazon. Just type Challa, Krishnamir, Abhishek, you'll find my books on Amazon. So I've done a lot of projects on soft skills. So most of the projects are on soft skills. I've authored few books on mass communication. I've authored more than 70 poetry anthologies. And some books on communication, Gandhian communication, spirituality, and different other subjects. I'm now working on an endangered language called Gadaba, which is spoken in Rajupakalu village, which is 4 kilometers from Lambasingi. So we always, people go to Lambasingi to relish, but we have to understand, if you become a researcher, you'll also investigate or research the people, the climate, the conditions. That's what I did. I went there and I tried to understand what is happening there. I tried to understand their language. And I understood that, the next generation of Gadaba, the Gadaba youth are actually leaving their language and moving on to Telugu. So that's why I've taken up a project to revive Gadaba language. So I've written few books on Gadaba language. The books are actually written in Gadaba language. I've learned the language myself and I wrote some books. Some guides, how you can learn Gadaba, how you can speak Gadaba and all. Gadaba is a very interesting language. So, when we talk about content writing, so sir just informed you that I did a lot of masters. I did a master's in psychology. I did my master's in philosophy. I did my master's in linguistics. I did my master's in English, Telugu, Hindi, computer science. and whatnot. I'm now pursuing my a master's in management also, because I understood that you have to have knowledge about varied fields. Because I started my career, once I understood that writing is my passion, writing is my niche. I understood that let me try into journalism. So I joined as a reporter in a reputed newspaper, and then I joined Bachelor of Arts after that, after coming back from Sweden, because I understood that I have to learn the language, I have to get into arts, because arts and humanities, this is my passion, this is my field. So then, I while pursuing my bachelor's, I also worked as a journalist, and I used to write a lot of reports. So when I wrote reports, there are 6 things that you have to understand while writing a report. There are 5 W's and 1 H: what, where, when, why, who, and how. What happened? Where did it happen? Why did it happen? When did it happen? Who were involved, and how did it happen? If you analyze the situation with these 6 elements, you will get all the answers. So as a reporter, I use this technique, and I've written a lot of reports, a lot of features, which actually, when you start writing, writing is like sadhana. Writing is a sadhana. If you want to become a great singer, you have to practice, you have to do sadhana. Similarly, if you want to become a great writer, you have to practice, you have to start writing from now on. So we all are writers. You might ask me, how are we writers, sir? We are writers. We engineering students. I know what you write during exams. You write, you cook up stories and write. So definitely there's a storyteller in you. And apart from that, I know that all of you have Instagram and Facebook accounts. So you write beautiful taglines, right? You write beautiful posts in English, in beautiful English, in jargon oriented English, so that you can impress people. So definitely there's an inherent writer in every one of you. But the only thing is for you to hone it. How can you hone it? By starting. So breaking the ice. So even if you do engineering, you can become a technical writer. There are a lot of opportunities. If you do BTech in CS, you can become a computer science technical writer. If you do EC, you can become an electronics technical writer. Now, if you do triple, you can become an electrical technical writer. There are a lot of opportunities. You can get into technical writing. You can get into fiction writing. People who have done BTechs, most of the content writers that I've met, most of my students who have learned content writing from me, 95% of them are actually BTech students. And I even have some students who have actually done their bachelor's in IIT Madras. So they have done their bachelor's in IITs, BITS, NITS, etc. And also, there are some writers, there's a lot of demand for medical writers also. While doing your MBA, you can write on, different things related to medicine. There's a lot of demand and there's a lot of money. Sir, can you make it into slideshow so that, it's not visible to me? That's the reason.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll share it now.
So that's the thing. So, you have 4 skills here. So
Abhishek, can you see it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm able to see now. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So you have 4 skills here. You have 4 verbal skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So writing comes at the end, actually. First you listen, then you speak, then you read, then you write. So as a child, what did you do first? What is the first communication skill that you have used? You have used your listening skills. So after listening, after acquisition of the language, and after acquisition of the information, you started speaking. So after speaking, you learned how to read. After learning how to read, you learned how to write. So writing comes at the end. So in order to become a good content writer, first you have to be a good listener. Then you have to practice speaking. You have to speak to a lot of people, gather information. And finally, you have to be a good reader. In content writing, there's something called search engine optimization, SEO. So search engine optimization is nothing but research. So if you want to write on some topic, for example, if you want to write on ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, you have to research about it, how it started, how did USSR, break, and how Ukraine formed, and why, how Ukraine joined with NATO, and what is happening. You have to be thorough with what is happening. You have to do the background study. So for that, you have to search perfectly. You have to get the right keywords to search. You have to get the right information. So getting information as a content writer is very important. So get as much information as possible in a subject. See, let me tell you, you have a very beautiful textbook. You have a very dynamic textbook that can teach you content writing. The beautiful textbook that you read every day, but you don't pay much attention to it. So what is that book? Let me tell you, that book is your newspaper, because newspaper uses colloquial language. Colloquial language means Vaduka Bhasha, the language in common use is colloquial language. So a content writer's language has to be simple because it has to connect with the audience. It has to connect with the buyers. It has to connect with the consumers. So a content writer is an expert communicator who is responsible for creating online written content that builds trust and loyalty with readers while engaging and informing them. So when you become a content writer, you write content on a product, you write content about a website. For example, if you're writing articles, you take Edgroom, for example, you can write features, articles in Edgroom about different career opportunities or on Edgroom's initiatives. A content writer will be involved in planning, content strategy, preparing, writing, and then editing the content. Next slide, sir. So basically, content writing industry is a $412 billion industry. So imagine how much money is there. Content writing is the future. So especially after this pandemic scenario, we are in lockdown. We were in lockdown. Now, things have opened up, but we were in lockdown, especially, the second wave was very drastic. It has actually taught us a lot of lessons. And this digital transformation, the main reason for this digital transformation, the main reason for these webinars is because of the pandemic. Situations we never know, they're not under our control, but we have to adapt and adopt to the situations and adapt to the situations. So we have to adopt the change. So the change here is a digital change. So due to COVID, due to this pandemic, due to this lockdown, we had to be at home. We had to work from home. And it is boring, it is like caging. It's like putting a bird in a cage. So, how can we get that freedom? That freedom is digital media. We got that freedom from digital media. Digital media, YouTube, Facebook, Insta, there are motivational factors. TikTok, there are a lot of things that motivated us. Unfortunately, TikTok got banned, but there are a lot of things that kept us going, that motivated us. We always need that motivation. We humans, we become depressed very easily. Chinna cell phone konevakapote depression. 99% just 100 point lo miss ayindante depression. ఏదైనా ఒక అనుకున్నది అవ్వకపోతే డిప్రెషన్. So we are depressed for every damn reason. Why? Because of expectations. Don't have expectations, man. Don't have expectations. Expect from you, don't expect from others. Because you are your own God, your own king, you are your own queen, you are your own God. Aham brahmasmi antam kada. So God is in us. Try to motivate yourself. That's what I told many of my students during pandemic. They were very depressed. College classes got cancelled. They had to stay back at home. They told me, sir, what to do? What should we do? What shall we do? We don't know. We are getting very bored. We're getting very frustrated at home. What should we do? I told them, you can do one thing. You can upskill yourself. Develop your skills. You can upskill yourself. How to upskill yourself? You have a lot of platforms. You have EDX, you have Coursera, you have Future Learn, you have Udemy, you have NPTEL, you have Swayam, you have a lot of portals offering online certified courses which give you credits. See, everybody can't do a course from Stanford. Everybody cannot get into Yale, everybody cannot get into Oxford, everybody cannot get into Cambridge, everybody cannot get into IITs, everybody cannot get into IIMs. But you can get their certificates if you register for massive open online courses, MOOCs, that are offered by them in EDX, FutureLearn, NPTEL, SWAYAM, etc. So that's when I told students, why don't you venture into content writing and content marketing? And then some of my students pursued few courses related to content marketing and content writing. And then one fine day, one of my students told me that, sir, I got a job as a content writer in Amazon. He completed his BTech during 2019, and now he's working as content writer in Amazon. Imagine. And what's his pay? His pay is 75,000. See, the BTech, what he did, the 4 years, what he did, and now what he's doing for his job, they're not at all related. There's no intersection at all. You never know when you find your passion. That's what I tell my students. So don't leave, while pursuing your BTechs also, you can do extracurricular activities. Maybe you're a good dancer, maybe you're a good singer, maybe you're good at filmmaking, maybe you're good at something else, maybe you want to crack civils. Especially, most of the students are now looking at cracking civils. And if you want to crack civils, let me tell you, you have to be up to date with the current affairs. And it's very important that you develop your strengths, capitalize on your strengths, work on your weaknesses, grab your opportunities, and be aware of your threats. SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is SWOT analysis. So apart from that, your goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. So if you want to crack civils, give yourself 3 years. If you want to complete BTech, give yourself 4 years. So everything has to be time bound. Everything, your goal has to be specific. So if I ask you what your goal is, if you say, I want to become a content writer, the goal is not specific. So what type of content you want to write? Do you want to write social media posts? Do you want to write emails? Do you want to get into blogging? Do you want to write website content? Do you want to write newsletters? Do you want to write infographics? Do you want to write books? Do you want to write research white papers? Do you want to write user guides? Do you want to write case studies? Do you want to write visual content? For example, for every visual, for every movie, there's a content writer. For every short film, there's a content writer. For every documentary, there's a content writer. For every YouTube video, there's a content writer. For every advertisement that you see, for every poster that you see, for every book that you see, for every banner that you see, for every website that you see, for every news channel that you see, for every newspaper that you see, everywhere there's a content writer's hand behind. So content writer is everywhere. We are incomplete without a content writer. Even Andhra University's website is designed by a content writer. Imagine what sort of demand a content writer has, right? Visual content and memes. Memes have become very famous, especially in Instagram and Twitter. Twitter has actually reduced the amount of content. With few words, you have to convey a lot. That is interesting, right? That is very challenging and interesting. And people nowadays, if you write a 400-page book, nobody's interested to read. The people want the summary of the book. So that 400 pages have to be condensed into 50 to 60 pages. So that's what a content writer can do. He can condense the book. He writes the guides. He writes interactive content. He writes contests, polls, quizzes, vlogs, webinars, whatnot, everything. So content writers are everywhere, man. Content writers are everywhere. And everybody can become a content writer. Even if you work as a software professional after completing a BTech, you can still become a freelance content writer and earn. Let me tell you, if you're a fresher, the industry pays 1 rupee per word. So for example, if you're writing 1,000 words, you get 1,000 rupees. If you become a professional, if you get some experience, for example, take me, for example, I have authored 130 books and you will find all the books on Google, Amazon, Flipkart, etc. So, for professionals like me, the content writing industry pays 15 rupees per word, 10 to 15 rupees per word. So, for example, if I write 1,000 words, I get 10,000 to 15,000 rupees. And writing 1,000 words for me, it takes max 1.5 hours. So, in 1.5 hours, I can earn 10 to 15,000 rupees. So, that is the demand that there's in content writing. So that's why it is a $412 billion industry. Next slide, sir. So types of blogs. Before becoming a professional content writer, it is very important for you to develop your portfolio. So, for example, if you go and apply as a freelance content writer or a content developer or a content marketing a specialist or a corporate communicator, it is very important for you to have a portfolio. So what they will ask, what the interviewer will ask you is, what sort of content have you already written? Do you have a blog? So it is very important for you to write blog. So blogger.com. If you go to blogger.com and create your own blog, you can write different types of blogs. There are here in this slide, different types of blogs are mentioned. You can write quotes, you can write interviews, you can write product news, you can write press releases, you can write comparisons, comparing one product with another product, comparing one actor with another actor. You can write checklists, you can write tips, you can write step-by-step guides. You can write things that have gone wrong. You can write film reviews, you can write short film reviews. You can write different sort of reviews. You can actually write celebrity news. Now people are hiring a lot of content writers who can write celebrity news. You can write gossips. There are a lot of opportunities. Create your own blog in blogger.com. Creating your own blog is very easy. It's easy and free of cost. Make it interactive. You'll find different templates. Create a good template, and you choose your topic. For example, if food is your topic, write on food. If travel is your interest topic, write on travel. If something else, for example, if you want to teach students electronics, if you want to teach students computer science, or if you want to teach students interview skills, or if you want to teach students presentation skills or some other English language skills or grammar or something else, choose your topic of interest and put a good name for it. You'll get, for example, if I want to create a blog on English language, if I go to Blogger and create that website, it'll give me a website URL. That will be www. Maybe English language by Abhishek.blogspot.com. So I will have my own website. I will have my own blog, and then I can write different articles in the blog. So when I apply for a job, for a content writing job, I can share this link with the interviewer. So in content writing job, it is very important that you have a lot of content. You have already, because I know that everybody you might have written a lot of articles, a lot of features. Actually you can post them in your own blog. That will be your portfolio. That will be your USP, unique selling point. Next slide, sir. So develop a content writer background. So study people and what they're doing, study them, study products, study different things, and then try to understand. For example, if you are asked to write a content, an article on OnePlus, for example, about OnePlus new phone, new feature. So what are the new features? How does it help? Who designed it? Which company is launching it? What are the salient features? And you can compare it with the previous model. So like that, it is very important for a content writer to study the product, study the people. And then, you can, as I've told you, after creating your own portfolio, after creating your own blog, you can do that. And then you can do freelancing writing jobs. There are a lot of freelance writing jobs, actually. You can apply for that. You can do internships. Even I am the director of Center for Emotional Education Society. So where I hire interns who are good at writing, I hone them. Now let me tell you one very important thing. I had a student She did her bachelor's from Geetham University, and she did her master's from University of California, San Diego. So after that, she was vexed up with engineering, and she came back to Vizag. And she approached me, and she told me that, sir, I'm into writing. In GRE, I got very good score in GRE. I got very good score in IELTS. I understood that English is my forte. So I want to get into writing. So please guide me. So what I told her is, I've hired her as a intern, as a freelancer. She used to write freelance content for me. I helped her create her own portfolio. I helped her do a master's in English. Let me tell you, now she's doing her PhD in UK, a paid PhD. She's getting 5 lakhs per month in Indian currency. She's earning 4 times more than what I'm getting in India. She's doing a PhD. I've completed my PhD. She's doing a PhD in content writing, something related to content writing in English. And I'll tell you, if you find your passion, money comes automatically. If you're an artist, it is very important for you to create that portfolio, do the right internships, develop that network, develop those contacts. It is very important. Next slide. So how to write, tips for content writing. So you have to convey a lot of information with very few words. Twitter language. It's very important because people don't have time and patience to read through, thousands and thousands of lines, and nail down your headlines, taglines, I'll tell you, Reliance, they paid 6 lakhs to a person that I know for writing one tagline. That tagline contains 6 words. For writing one tagline, he got paid in lakhs. So that is the demand that content writer gets. But not, immediately, once you start as a fresher, immediately you won't get those sort of opportunities. You have to create your own ground. This is applicable to all the fields. Okay. Focus on clarity. Know your audience, know their expectations, use visuals, because audio visuals, we can easily connect with the audio visuals. It will be more interactive. And getting the grammar right. You might ask me, sir, how can we get the grammar right? How can we get the right punctuation? Let me tell you, you need not get the right punctuation. There is this beautiful website called Grammarly. That beautiful software called Grammarly will help you write beautiful sentences. You just need to now in this world, in this post-COVID era, hard work doesn't matter. What matters is smart work. Be smart. Create compelling content with better words. Use jargon words. So how to get jargon words, you might ask me. So if you want to get jargon words, in GRE preparation, you have high frequency, 101 high frequency GRE words. You have 500 high frequency GRE words. You can actually by heart and memorize those words and use them in your content. So there is one beautiful video. I'll share this. I'll ask sir to share this PPT. You can watch it later. So next slide, sir. So with the pandemic situation bringing in social distancing norms and lockdowns, the world has turned into digital online means of communication. So everything is online now. Though things are opening up, everything is unpredictable. We can get another wave too. People are saying that there will be a 4th wave. So we have to be prepared for that. And I'm telling you, our relations, our interactions, our jobs, everything have become completely virtual. So this has not only increased the audience for online content, but also a requirement for content writers with markets, business, to elevate on the social media handles, websites, and blogs. Let me tell you, recently, one political party, a famous political party, approached me. They told me that they want a content writer, a Telugu content writer, who can write creative content, and they're ready to pay 35,000 per month. They wanted to hire full-time content writers in Telugu language. I'm not talking about English. In English, there are a lot of opportunities. In Telugu, in vernacular language also, there are opportunities. Next slide, sir. So importance of English language. So we talked about vernacular language, but English language content writers, they are very much in demand. You can get job not only in India, but also abroad. You can get job in any state because English is our official language. English is the language of global business. English is lingua franca, Lingua, lingua, Franca, franca, language of global business. So it is very important that, we master English language. English is very easy. The only thing, you try to watch now, OTT is the future, try to watch as many, OTT web series and Netflix series, English web series, English soap operas as possible, English movies as possible. So once you start watching them, you'll try to get hold, you can easily get hold of the language. English is not difficult, man. Let me tell you, you have mastered the most difficult Dravidian language, that is Telugu. And for you, English is very easy. Okay, next slide, sir. So as I've told you, vernacular content. So writing, there's a very good demand for content writers who can write in Telugu, in Hindi, in Tamil, in Kannada, in Punjabi, in Gujarati, in Bengali. So vernacular content writers demand is also very high. Next slide, sir. So this is an example of a content, interactive content. The shape of samosa, an eternal love story between a potato and you. So that is a beautiful tagline. No, you have to understand what the audience wants, what the consumer wants, and write something that attracts them. So that's what content writers do. You're promoting, you're actually managing the brand of the product. So you're actually the brand manager, you're actually the PRO, public relations officer of the project. So education institutions, restaurants, whatever the enterprise might be, content writing is booming in all sectors of digital marketing. Next slide. So employment website. So basically, if you want to start off with as a content writer, so my suggestion is do an internship before going into employment opportunities, full-time employment opportunities in official websites. There's one beautiful website called Dr.Challa. In Dr.Challa, there are a lot of internship opportunities for content writers. So you can start with that. People like me, I also provide internships in content writing, and there are a lot of people who provide internships in content writing. So you can get internships in content writing, and after getting that experience, then you can go into this websites that that hire for content writers. There's one freelancing website called Upwork. There's LinkedIn. In LinkedIn also, in job section, let me tell you, if you type in LinkedIn, if you go to jobs and you just type content writer jobs in India, every day there are at least 150 new jobs, new openings, work from home openings. I'm talking about 150 new work from home opportunities every day in India for content writers in LinkedIn. So that is the demand that content writing has. And in Facebook also, you can go into different content writing Facebook groups. There they post a lot of job opportunities, Glassdoor, Naukri.com, etc. Next slide, sir. So Udemy is offering this beautiful content writing course. I want you guys to enroll for it. Is rupees 455. 455 is very cheap. Do it, get a certificate. You can easily get a hold of what content writing actually is. Next slide, sir. And this is one content writing course offered by Upgrad, Advanced Certificate in Digital Marketing and Communication. So this is one beautiful course. You can also pursue this course. And also, if you're from Vizag, IIM Visakhapatnam, Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam, is actually offering a certificate course, a 6-month certificate course on social media marketing, which also includes content writing. So content writing is being offered everywhere online. Do and pursue an online course, do internships, create your own portfolio, and you're ready to get into the industry. So let me tell you, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way, where the words come from the depth of truth, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So this is a beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore. This can be perfectly applied to content writers. So, content writing is a job, which you can కాలర్ ఎగరేసుకుని చేయొచ్చు ఈ జాబ్. హ్యాపీగా ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని చేయొచ్చు, ఎండాకాలంలో చేయొచ్చు, వానాకాలంలో చేయొచ్చు, తుఫాన్లు వచ్చినా చేయొచ్చు. ఇట్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్. యూ జస్ట్ నీడ్ టు యూజ్ యువర్ మైండ్, యూ జస్ట్ నీడ్ టు యూజ్ యువర్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్, యూ జస్ట్ నీడ్ టు యూజ్ యువర్ విజ్డమ్. So let me tell you, content writing industry is waiting for you guys. And let me warn you again, in content writing industry also, there are a lot of scams. Some people, they'll try to use you. So you have to be aware of that. So to be aware of that, that's the reason why I'm asking you to do internships, so that you will get some experience, on what to do, what is right and what is wrong. You can weigh the pros and cons and choose the right path. Next slide, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Edforum. Thank you so much. Thank you, students. Let me tell you, speaking is easy, listening is little difficult, because listening requires a lot of patience. And I'm very happy that you're very patient listeners. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can definitely contact me, or you can contact Venkatesh sir. Thank you, sir, Venkatesh garu, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Edforum.
Thank you, Abhishek. Dr. Abhishek, I'm really surprised. And I already told number of people when we announced this webinar. Unfortunately, what happened is there is a lot of exams going on for the students in different points. But a lot of people are watching. Don't worry, there are a lot of people are watching. Now, what happened was every week we see that more than 150 people are watching on online, YouTube live.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So there are some webinars where 350 people are watching on YouTube. Okay, it become very easy medium for them, because if they want to join, they have to click all these things. But for YouTube, it's easy. So yeah, Abhishek, I have some questions for you.
Sure, sir.
Just I want to, get some answers from you, because these resources will be there in our, YouTube forever. So students can listen any number of times. So that's why I want to squeeze as much as I can from you, right?
Definitely, sir.
Really, you are amazing guy. So I'm so happy.
Thank you, sir.
And I am jealous also, because you learned so many things in less time. And definitely we are proud of you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Santi madam told me number of times, and again I should thank her.
She is my Hindi guru, sir. She is my Hindi guru.
Yes,
she taught me Hindi.
Yeah, definitely I should thank her, because I know you, but I don't know how to get you right. So then I thought of, I know Haribaba also told me about you, because we are at the same session.
Yes,
you completed. Yeah, Hari, you 100 years someone. Haribaba. Just now we are talking about Haribaba. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
The same platform we shared.
Yeah, Venkatesh, how are you? I'm sorry I could see at the end. Abhishek, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, sir.
100 years. Pretty good, yes, you are there.
Nice talking to you, sir.
We are about to end up the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll have Q&A, Hari. I have some questions for Abhishek. He'll answer those questions, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
definitely.
The first question, what I have is, you are a tech guy first, right? You are a tech guy. You did your BTech.
Yes,
the
sir.
biggest question is, how did you convince your parents that you want to transform from technological career to this linguistic career? Because there will be a lot of resistance from the parents, especially from Andhra Pradesh, that too from Vizag. So the question is, because many students have this friction in their mind, how to convince the parents. See, Abhishek, I'll tell you why we started this Edforum, the basic, because I'm a teacher from last 22 years, Haribabu, and we started a career the same year. And we have seen a lot of students. There are two types of parents. For example, somebody from intermediate student, by inspiring from your words, if they want to become a content writer, if they go and say that, Dad, I want to become a content writer, the first thing the parents said, shut your mouth, okay? Because you don't have a job at all in that. And they speak all this because of out of ignorance.
Yes, sir.
These guys are very interested, they're talented, they know very good at content, but the parents will not support them, because the parents have no idea about content writing. There is other set of parents I've seen, and support that there's a student says, Dad, I want to become an engineer, aeronautical engineer. Without finding what exactly aeronautical engineering, is it easy or is it difficult to complete? Yeah, they'll simply nod their head and they join the kids. Once they join in BTech aeronautical engineering, they found it is very difficult to do it, right? it requires a lot of physics. Then they understand that this subject is not suitable for this guy. I've seen, Abhishek, this type of two parents have one set of parents where they don't have knowledge at all. They oppose the dreams of the kids. The other parent, simply they're not for everything. Now, my question is, how did you convince your parents when you want to transform from tech guy to linguistic guy?
Sir, let me tell you one thing, sir. So definitely, Edgroom is a very good platform because we need academic counselors, not for students. We need academic counselors for the parents actually. Because as you said, parents are in ignorance. Ignorance is always bliss because, if the person is in ignorance, definitely, you can guide them. I'll tell you, sir, if you do aeronautical engineering, if a person is really interested in aeronautical engineering, if he completes his bachelor's, if he's very good and if he scores 98 percentile in that, I know one of my friend who has done aeronautical engineering and he's still searching for job from past 3 years. Sir, for aeronautical engineering, there'll be only 10 to 15 openings every year, not more than that, or max 30 openings, not more than 30 openings. That is a problem. And salary, you can never know what sort of salary that you will get being an aeronautical engineering. And sir, most of the students, irrespective of their engineering field, most of them are landing up in either TCS or Infosys or IBM,
Right.
or all these as everybody, irrespective of their stream, irrespective of their specialization, are ending up as software professionals. So now tell me, sir, if I do BTech EC, what is the use? Anyways, I'm becoming a software professional. So why don't I learn C++ from first year onwards instead of doing it and after I join a job? So the main idea here is, sir, content writing is a booming industry. Content writing and data, sir. These two, data analysis and content writing, these two industries are booming now. And people want content writers and data analysts. Even data analysis also, I want to give students one tip, sir. There's one good program called R programming language, which is a free software that you can download. And there are free tutorials available on YouTube. And if you're professional in R programming, there are jobs waiting for you starting from 50,000 per month for freshers. I'm talking about jobs for freshers. So it's a booming industry. The only things are, I'll open LinkedIn page, just open the job section, just type content writing and see how many new jobs are there and what is the salary. Or you can go to any freelancing website and see the salary. And sometimes the content writers themselves can fix the price. Okay, per hour, my price will be 2,000. Per hour, my price will be 1,000. It depends on my experience and my portfolio again, how I develop my resume. The only thing, sir, selection is developing your resume. You asked me how I convinced my parents. Sir, I didn't convince my parents, sir. I did what my parents told me to do. But at the same time, I did what I wanted to do too. I managed both. Because parents, they have taken a lot of pains, so that for you to be success, actually, they have taken a lot of pains, economically, socially, they have strived a lot for you. So definitely you have to listen to what they're saying. But at the same time, you have to pursue what you want, what interests you, what motivates you. That's what I did. So while doing my bachelor's only, I did all this. There's one of my friends, she is a short film actress. She's a very famous actress, actually. So while acting, she did MBA. While she's working in a very reputed software company, and she's pursuing acting. She's acting in a lot of web series. So she's working in a software company and also she's acting. She's managing both. So my suggestion is, sir, parents, they'll only understand our point of view when we step into the industry and start earning. ఇప్పుడు చెప్తే వాళ్ళకి అర్థం ఎక్కదు, sir. Even if you show a lot of job opportunities, they won't understand. They'll only understand once you step into the industry, once you start getting your first paycheck, then parents will understand. So what I did was, I honed my writing skills doing what my parents wanted me to do. So my suggestion is, follow your parents and also follow your heart.
Get the confidence from the parents.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's amazing. And because when I teach IIT physics, right? So when I interact with the students who are not performing well, So what they say is, sir, I'm not interested in IIT. I joined because of my parents' force.
Yes, sir.
My idea is different. So my point is, they are killing the valuable time in their life. They are not utilizing the time, unfortunately, because maybe what you said is right. Either they should work for the parents' sake, or they should convince the parents before they join, they take a course. See, the same thing happening, Abhishek. What happens is, again, engineering is also for the parents. Okay. So I always tell the student, don't do it. That's what I said. Don't follow the follower. I read the story somewhere, but from that day, I understand that as long as you follow the follower, you never go to anywhere. Okay. So
That's
you
true.
need to
That's true, sir.
identify, your strengths, and you said the SWOT analysis. That is very, very important. I have one more question. So I've seen a lot of students when we ask them to write a small letter, leave letter, okay, or when I ask them, please stand up and speak for a minute, okay. Most of the intermediate students, see, unfortunately, they're not, getting the confidence to speak in public. And the problem is, even though they studied there up to 10th class, reputed schools, so we say all the English schools, why, what is stopping them to speak confidently? Where is the problem, you understand?
Sir, what I understand is before talking about that, you talked about time. As you said, we are wasting 4 years of time, 6 years of time, 10 years of time doing something else and then finding our passion. Time is definitely precious, sir. There's one beautiful quote: time is precious and act is gracious. In the world so vicious, let's be cautious. So, you have to make good use of time. That is very important because you can never get back the time. You can never get back your youth.
Yes.
The energy that we have at 18, the energy that I cannot have that same energy. Now I'm 31, sir. I cannot have the same energy that I had when I was 18.
Yes.
So, in this age, in this ripe age, you have to use your energies in the right platform or in the right direction, actually. So
Yes,
definitely that is there, sir.
yeah.
Coming to your question. So can you repeat your question, sir, once
The
again?
question is, for the students, when I'm asking a student to
Yes,
speak for
yes,
a
I
minute.
got it. Yes, sir. So basically, the younger generation, I'm talking about the current generation. So students are completely hooked up to their gadgets.
Yes.
Even if they're at their home, instead of speaking to their parents or speaking to their siblings, they're completely hooked up to their gadgets. They're in their cell phones, watching YouTube videos, watching Insta, watching Facebook, seeing others post and all. They're not speaking, sir. As I've told you, speaking is a sadhana. You can only hone it if you do sadhana, if you practice. So you should get a place to speak. Sir, as a teacher, why am I speaking good is because I speak every day. If I give a break for 10 days, then even I can't speak. Even I stutter. Even I start stuttering and stammering if I give a break. So this is like a sadhana. A great Carnatic singer, if he or she doesn't practice for 1 or 2 days, then she'll lose her Shruti. Similarly, if you don't practice speaking at home, you cannot get it outside. Sir, most of the students, though they have done their schooling in reputed English medium schools, so-called international schools, but still they're not fluent in the languages because of the lack of emotional connect. Sir, they don't use the language at all. They use the language only for academics. The language should be part of our day-to-day life. If English is part of my day-to-day life, definitely I'll be very fluent in English. If you ask me to speak in Telugu, I can speak. Students can speak Telugu much, in better proficiency compared to English. Though their first language and primary language is English, which they were taught in a structured environment. They were taught English for like 15 to 16 years, but still they're more fluent in Telugu, which they were never taught in school. It's because English was taught in a stress-filled environment. సో తప్పు మాట్లాడితే శిక్ష అని ఒక బ్రెయిన్ లో ఒక భయం ఉండిపోయింది సార్ పిల్లలకి. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ రీజన్ వై స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆర్ దే ఆర్ adamant. They're not. It's not adamancy. Let me tell you. I believe that I feel they see English as an adversity. They see English as a problem. Yeah. Even when I talk about communication, there are communication barriers. So they see English as an apprehension. So why is because they were taught English in a stress-filled environment. And now It's the time for us to get them back to the stress-free environment, the environment in which they learn Telugu. Sir, RRR సినిమాకి వెళ్ళమంటే పిల్లలు వెళ్తారు, they enjoy the movie in the theater. If I tell the children, okay, instead of RRR, go to an English movie, very few people will enjoy that. Not everybody. Why? Because they are not connected with the language at all. So it's very important, sir, that they start this sadhana, they start this practice. They can start this practice by reading out the newspaper every day. Subscribe to the Hindu newspaper or Deccan Chronicle or Times of India and read it aloud. Read it aloud to your father, read it aloud to your mother, read it aloud to your siblings. Read it aloud. You'll get that practice slowly. Once you start practicing, sir, if we surround ourselves with the language, then only we can speak the language. So one of my friend, he went to France. He came back after completing his masters. So when we went to France, he didn't learn French, but he didn't do any course related to French. He didn't do any course related to French, but still he became very proficient in French. He became like a native speaker of French language. Why? Because he's surrounded by French language in France. Similarly, if we surround ourselves by English language, definitely, sir, we will succeed, and definitely we'll be more proficient in the language. The only thing is surrounding ourselves, giving it importance, prioritizing, sir. What is urgent, what is important? Prioritizing. Students are unable to prioritize. If we prioritize, definitely we can master the language.
Abhishek, the problem is what happens even when I have seen some of the teachers. As of now, there's no problem because we are in offline mode. Nobody know about skills that we speak, right? Suddenly,
Yes,
what happened is when the pandemic came, when all the classes went to online, right? A
Yes.
lot of teachers under stress because now whatever they speak, whatever the word they utter, now we are exposed to everyone, right? The parents.
Everything is recorded.
Yes. So the problem I have seen with a lot of faculty members, they're so frightened to speak in front of the computers. And the problem is again, for the teacher community also, suddenly there's a need to upgrade themselves. The
Definitely,
language,
sir.
yes. So what is your point on that?
Upskilling is the key, sir. If you have to upskill yourselves regularly. Sir, being a computer, for example, my cousin is a computer science associate professor in a college here in Vizag. So he told me that, I have to learn a new language every day. It's like every week, there's a new language coming up every week. There's a new software being developed every week. I have to learn it. I have to equip myself. I have to upgrade myself. I have to upskill myself every week. So we teachers, we have to be lifelong learners. And especially now, in online environment, it's difficult to teach because పిల్లలు కనపడకుండా టీచ్ చేయడం, it is not easy, sir. Because now, when I am taking a class here, I'm looking at my own face and speaking. It's like I'm speaking to me. It's like I'm speaking before a mirror. So it is not motivating enough, actually. If I speak before a mirror, it's not motivating enough. So when you talked about presentation, people are worried about presentation. So this is a good chance, actually. Online is a good chance because people are not in front of you. You can use this opportunity. You can use it as a practice. Use it as a mirror, maybe. And my suggestion is, for speaking, it is very important because not everybody is a master of the subject, master of the language. It is very important for you to take down small short keywords. You should have a small note in your hand so that you remember what to speak next. And it's very important that because we are not native speakers of English language, English is not our mother tongue. So definitely I am strongly saying that when we speak English, we have to speak it slowly. I'm not talking about the volume, I'm talking about the pace, the speed. The speed should be less. Why? Because you'll get ample time to think about the next sentence, because our mind has to translate it from Telugu to English. So it will take some time. If you speak slowly, that's why, sir, మీ స్వామీజీలు ఫిలాసఫర్స్ ని చూస్తే వాళ్ళు చాలా నెమ్మదిగా మాట్లాడతారు. మై డియర్ ఫాలోవర్స్, వెల్కమ్ అంటే మెల్లగా మాట్లాడతారు, సో దట్ దే కెన్ థింక్ అబౌట్ ద నెక్స్ట్ సెంటెన్స్. సో మై సజెషన్ టు స్టూడెంట్స్ ఇస్ don't run through the sentence, speak slowly so that you can get ample time to think about the next sentence. That is one tip I can give them, sir.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Because we actually wanted to, we are going to come up with a teacher training program very soon.
Definitely.
We want, definitely I'll invite you again, because the teachers
Yes,
are
my pleasure.
brilliant. They have so much of subject knowledge. The problem is again communication, right?
Communication.
So
Yes.
as you said, if they can communicate properly, if they can communicate in the language that people understand, their earnings have no bounds.
Definitely,
So,
sir.
yes, the problem
Not
is
only in content writing, if you're good at English, you can land a job in any field.
yes,
So
yes.
after getting a job, definitely they will train you for 6 months, 3 months to 6 months, and that will be enough actually. So at least in these 4 years, irrespective of your technical subject, at least if you can hone your language skills, that would be enough. That would be more than enough, sir. And my strong suggestion is that for teachers also, it is very important for them to hone their language. People, ఇప్పుడు మన పరిస్థితి ఎలా అయిపోయిందంటే ఇంగ్లీష్ టీచర్స్ కి ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదు అనే పరిస్థితికి వచ్చింది. సో అది మూవీస్ వల్ల కూడా దేర్ ఇస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ రెసిలియన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. బట్ ఐ బిలీవ్ దట్ సార్ the relation between a teacher and a student should be that of a mother and a son. We teachers are mothers, our children are our sons. సో దట్ ద రిలేషన్ షుడ్ బి దాట్ వే. మన పిల్లల్ని ఎలా చూస్తామో, మన సొంత పిల్లల్ని ఎలా చూస్తామో, మన స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా అట్లాగే చూడగలిగితే, ఇఫ్ యూర్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ దెమ్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే, డెఫినెట్లీ వీల్ బి సీరియస్ విత్ అవర్ ఓన్ సబ్జెక్ట్. మనం నేర్చుకుని మన పిల్లలకి మనం చెప్పాలని ఎంత తాపత్రయపడతామో, పక్క మన స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా చెప్పాలని అంతే తాపత్రయపడతాం. ఇది ఒక్కటి అంటే మీడియా వల్ల ఈ స్టూడెంట్ టీచర్ రిలేషన్ అనేది ఎఫెక్ట్ అయింది యాక్చువల్లీ. మీడియా రాంగ్ గా పోర్ట్రే చేయడం వల్ల కొంచెం ఎఫెక్ట్ అయింది. But it is upon us teachers to again to repair that relation.
Yes, I definitely appreciate you, Abhishek, for choosing this teaching profession. Maybe when you are in a computer, when you become a computer science, you might have influenced hundreds of people, but now you have influenced thousands of people, right?
Yes,
that
sir.
is the power of a teacher. I have one more question.
Yes.
See them, as you said, these guys are spending most of the time on the social media. Is there a chance of converting this habit into a career? Because they are spending so much on social media.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can they convert?
So definitely, sir. There is something
career?
called social media response management. So that is also part of content writing, actually. Sir, for example, if you talk about Twitter handles, Instagram handles of celebrities, Twitter handles, Instagram handles of companies, Twitter handles, Instagram handles of organizations are handled by content writers only. So definitely we have to, if you're spending time on social media, it is very good, sir, actually, because you will get to know what is actually happening around you, current affairs, having knowledge of current affairs, and getting that colloquial language skills. It is actually acquiring that or exposing yourself to colloquial language is definitely a boon. But I'll take a session, sir, spending on social media, how they can use it more productively. There are a lot of videos which are informing you, which are educating you, at the same time they're also entertaining you. So the classes ఇప్పుడు పిల్లలు ఏం కోరుకుంటున్నారంటే సార్, క్లాసెస్ లో కొంచెం ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ కావాలి. ఇన్ఫోటైన్మెంట్, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ప్లస్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్, ఆర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ప్లస్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్. ఆ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ లేకపోతే పిల్లలు 10 నిమిషాలు మించి వెళ్ళలేకపోతున్నారు సార్. ఇప్పుడు పేషెన్స్ లెవెల్స్ తగ్గిపోయాయి పిల్లలు, ఎస్పెషల్లీ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ సోషల్ మీడియా, ఈ గ్యాడ్జెట్స్, టెక్నాలజీ అడ్వాన్స్. Yes. Binge watching. Yes. That's a right word, sir.
Recently, I spoke to a software. As you said, one of relative said they have to update every day, right?
Yes.
The same thing happened for a software guy. You can see my student Ramchandra Rao. He joined from US. Hi, Ramchandra Rao. How are you? He joined from US.
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How is yourself?
Yeah, we are doing fantastic. Thanks for joining. Let's interact more with Abhishek, because he's such a nice guy. He's sharing a lot of information. Yeah, Abhishek, what I've found is, in the higher levels, as they progress in the higher levels of their career, they have to read a lot of blogs, right?
Yes.
And now we know that these guys cannot sit with the book for 1 hour or half an hour focus, right? But all of a sudden, when they go to the higher levels of their career, there is a lot of demand for reading a lot of blogs. Okay. So how can they increase the habit of reading?
Sir, reading is not easy. Actually, watching is easy. Reading is little difficult because it requires a lot of patience. And also, so let me tell you, as you told me, reading blogs is important as you get to a position in career. Reading blogs is very important. Definitely, reading blogs is very important. And at the same time, creating your own style. So some people are known for their style. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక సినిమా చూస్తే ఈ సినిమా రాసింది త్రివిక్రమ్ అని మనం చెప్పేయగలం, మరి సినిమా చూస్తే ఈ సినిమా రాసింది సుకుమార్ అని చెప్పేయగలం. ఎట్లా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నాం అంటే ఇట్స్ దేర్ ఓన్ స్టైల్. సిమిలర్లీ ఎ కాంటెంట్ రైటర్ షుడ్ డెవలప్ హిస్ ఆర్ హర్ ఓన్ స్టైల్. దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అండ్ వాచింగ్ దేర్ ఆర్ సమ్ బ్లాగ్స్, there are a lot of podcasts actually I can share with you. There are a lot of podcasts, there are a lot of blogs, actually good blogs that help content writers in developing, in grooming themselves, and at the same time they also inform them about a lot of opportunities in content writing and current affairs too. Sir, content writers ఏంటంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను జర్నలిజం ఫీల్డ్ లో ఉన్నాను, కొంత జర్నలిజం ఫీల్డ్ కూడా నేను ఉన్నాను. సో ఇన్ జర్నలిజం ఫీల్డ్ ఫర్ us, we do content writing. At the same time we have to upgrade ourselves. At the same time we upskill ourselves. At the same time we also understand what is happening around. We also get informed about current affairs, what is happening around. So all these skills, sir, if we have all these skills, all these 4 skills, forget content writing, you can crack civils too.
Yes. One last question, Dr. Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
When we read lot of blogs and because the content writer needs lot of reading, right? You should have
Yes,
ideas.
definitely you have to read a lot.
So what is the thin line, the difference between the plagiarism and inspiration?
Yes, sir. So nowadays plagiarism is an issue. Definitely it is a very big issue. People are just copy pasting information.
Yeah.
And see, one thing is, sir, ఒక లైన్ మనం ఏదైనా బ్లాగ్ నుంచి కాపీ కొడితే యూ రిమెంబర్ దాట్ మీరు పక్క వాళ్ళ బట్టలో, పక్క వాళ్ళ ప్యాంట్లో, పక్క వాళ్ళ పర్సులో స్టీల్ చేస్తే ఎంత తప్పో, వాళ్ళ రైటింగ్ స్టీల్ చేసినా అంతే తప్పు. పక్క వాళ్ళ పిల్లల్ని దోచుకున్నట్టే. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ స్టీలింగ్ సమ్వన్ ఎల్సెస్ కాంటెంట్, రిమెంబర్ దట్ ఈస్ ఎ సీరియస్ క్రైమ్. అది క్రైమ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. సో కాంటెంట్ రైటింగ్ లో ప్లేజరిజం అనేది, సార్, there is a limit actually. You can use quotations, you can quote, unquote, you can do that, but 20% limit is there. In 100 words, 20 words can be quotes and 80 words have to be your own. That is the limit that we have to follow. So definitely you can take inspiration, sir. RRR చూస్తే it's inspired by Ramayana. అలాగని చెప్పి రామాయణం డైరెక్ట్ గా తీయలేదు కదా. లాస్ట్ లో మీరు లాస్ట్ సీక్వెన్స్ కొంచెం రామాయణం ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ కనపడుతుంది, లేకపోతే మహాభారతం ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ కనపడుతుంది. Definitely get inspired, but at the same time you shouldn't copy. People don't want to read the same content. Maybe you can present the same content in a different way, in an interesting way. You can do that, but don't copy. Copying is a very big crime, sir. I'm telling you, copying is like stealing. Real world lo stealing etlago, ma world lo copying anta. It's a very dastardly crime. So one thing is, even the quality is not good. Even if the quality is not good, if it is written by you, then only you have to publish. If it is not written by you, if you're copying it from somewhere, don't publish it. You're just tarnishing your image by doing that.
Yes. Can we acknowledge, suppose if I take some
Yes, sir. We have something called citation and references. You can definitely acknowledge, you can definitely cite, but at the same time, if you're using quote, you have to quote unquote when you're giving something from someone else's content, and you have to write them in references. You have to mention them in references and also the link. But at the same time, the limit for that, the saturation limit for the upper limit for that is only 20%. Means out of every 100 words, only 20 words can be quotes. Means are taken from others. Remaining 80 words should be your own words.
Yes. The problem is, Abhishek, I've read some of the motivational books in Telugu. What they do is, Dale Carnegie says like this, they'll copy one page.
Yes.
I have seen some Telugu books.
Sir, actually, if Dale Carnegie family, ఎవరైనా ఒకవేళ if they would have seen that, they would definitely sue that person. పబ్లిష్ అయిపోతున్నాయి కానీ ఎవరైనా చూసుకుంటుంటే they would have sued it, sir. Definitely. We can sue if a person is copying our content. Our content is our intellectual property.
Yes.
It is our intellectual property. If someone is using, we can sue them actually. So మనం పక్క వాళ్ళది అంటే మన అమెరికన్స్ ది కాపీ కొడితే వాళ్ళు మన చూడరు, జనరల్ గా మన బ్లాగ్స్ వాళ్ళు చదవరు కదా. So, but if Dale Carnage family, if Dale Carnage's family is reading that, while Varasal ఎవరైనా చూస్తే they can actually sue them. And a Dale Carnage you can quote and you can give him as reference, but at the same time there's a limit.
Yes, that's what is very important. Yeah, definitely, because when you talk about this content writing, the people should be aware of these issues, because the images that you download, the images that you, when you put in a public platform, definitely.
You have to take prior permission actually. You have to take prior permission before using an image. You have to take, if it is your own image, then you don't need any permissions. But if you're using someone else's image, you have to take their permission. If you're using someone else's content, you have to take their permission. There are a lot of things that you have to take good care of. Sir, one thing is inspiration. Get inspiration. That is good. Get inspired. That is good. But don't copy. If you're copying, that is no. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. No, Domino's doesn't want to copy Pizza Hut. Infosys doesn't want to copy TCS. Infosys wants to get inspired from TCS, or TCS wants to get inspired from Infosys, but they don't want to copy each other.
Dr. Abhishek, I just take 2 minutes of your time. Let me show some of these things that we have done so far. This is the one area we need your help and your encouragement for these blogs.
Definitely, sir.
So far, we are publishing a lot of blogs from various people. And maybe you heard about this man called Dr. Abhishek from Gayatri College.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Writing amazing blogs. We are really fortunate. Every day he's sending one blog to us.
Wonderful.
And we published so far 4 blogs. Amazing that he is writing amazing blogs. So
wonderful.
Please, if you are into this field and you are a lot of students, please encourage them to publish their blog. We are happy to publish. And
definitely, sir.
Yeah, through this platform, they can reach more people, because the moment we publish a blog, it will go to alert, will go to all the registered members.
Yes, sir.
And more people can see these blogs.
Yes, yes.
So having a
getting traffic is also very important for your content.
Yes, marketing. So it automatically market your content, because we are providing all the details, what called as below it. So we provide all the details of the author. So definitely, I request you please. So we are giving all the information about the author, everything. So definitely is the marketing for the authors. And if at all your students, some of them are interested, and please, you also can give us some blogs on a weekly basis. Definitely, we are happy to publish all your blogs.
Definitely, sir. I promise to contribute at least 1 article every 15 days. I'll do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right.
Definitely. There is one more that will be useful for our students. And definitely, I'll take another session for report writing, sir. Because report writing, I believe, is very important for students, apart from developing their resume. So definitely, sir. Because nowadays, everybody have to resume and report. Because everybody
will plan one more. We will plan one more session for it. I know. So as of now, Dr. Abhishek, we have 140,000 articles related to only education.
Wonderful, sir. I believe that this is the highest in Vizag, especially an organization in Vizag. Wonderful, sir. It's a great achievement. I'm really happy.
We are going to reach 6 lakhs.
Wonderful, sir. And lucky are the students who are associating themselves with Edgroom. Edgroom, definitely, sir. You're grooming students. You're making them effective, efficient, and productive. Really hats off to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek. I just want to tell you just a small search. See, for example, today's topic, let us see, for example, say students want to know what is marketing. They simply come to this place, just put the word marketing. See, this is the information they're going to get in Edgroom.
Wow.
Suppose
a lot of articles actually on marketing.
Yes,
wow.
All the articles are in tune with each other. For example, if you do the same, we always compare ourselves with Google. Okay, we want to it is inspiration, definitely, but we want to create a content. We want to organize the content. We are not only organizing, we are not creating much content. We want to make the content available to the students in such a way that it can be consumed so easily. That's our main target. So, for example, if I use the same word in Google, your experience, let's compare.
Yes, sir. We call it search engine optimization.
Yes. For this, Abhishek, we have a very good tech team working from Bangalore. One of the co-founders is in Bangalore. That fellow is taking care of everything. And we have very good tech team who are all working in the big companies, and those people are working and they have developed this. You said data, right?
Wow.
It's all
Yes,
about
sir.
data.
Data analysis.
Yes, it's all about data science.
The three things
So-
are language. First thing is language. Second thing is domain. Third thing is statistics, data. If you are
Yes.
proficient in
It's a
these three,
statistic.
worlds are stage.
Yes. See, this is the what called a difference we want to show. For example, the word I put market here, marketing. Suppose when I kept the same marketing here, see the difference. So here if I keep the word marketing, I am getting all the content very relevant to each other.
Yes, sir.
But if
Very
you come
relevant
to Google
actually.
and put it here, yes. So what do you
Not
say
like
on this?
general topics actually which are not relevant when you do it from Google. But when you're doing it from Edforum, definitely very relevant topics and something that students actually are searching for.
For example, see there is a branch called mechatronics. See, I really like this.
Mechatronics.
If you look at this mechatronics, see how to become a mechatronics engineer. Then most common mechatronics. What is mechatronics? What are the mechatronics?
Wow. Step
Suppose if I use
by
the
step
same,
guide journals. We call it guide articles. So very good actually. Wow. There's
look at the same mechatronics search in Google.
General stuff which is not relevant actually.
Yes. So here we have a content. For example, resume. If you look at it, I've seen just now. I really wondered 10 tools for visual resume. How to use icons. All these articles on a resume.
Wow, really wonderful, sir. I have to clap for you. Really great.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek. Please recommend your students wherever you are. And
yes, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, it is useful for everyone. We want to achieve in another 6 months. We want to bring 6 lakh articles into this website, which are very useful to students.
Wonderful, sir. Definitely.
That's our target. Thank you so much. You have spent so much time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the students also. Thank you for being patient. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek.
Jai Hind.
We definitely will have more talks with you, right? Thank you so much. Ramchandra, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you, Challa. Thanks,
Right.
Sachin.
So this is all from my side. We'll wind up the session. Thank you so much for all watching this live in YouTube and joining this Zoom call. Thank you so much. Let's